but we don't have the form yet. So as you can see, we have view QR codes.create not found. So let's move to our views here and add another folder. Let's call it QR codes. And inside we need another file, which is create.blade.php. And we need another one, which is index.blade.php. And we need another one for the edit, which is edit.blade.php. Okay. So let's see what we have here. So let's start with create. So as we have done before, so we have the layout, or we need to extend the layouts.app. And next we have the section with the title. So the title here is create. Let's add a space here. So create QR code. And next we have another section, and this one for the contents. So let's see what we have inside our content. So we have a div with a row and margin top of 5, margin top of 5, and inside we need another div with a call and 6 and mx auto. And we need another div with a card, and inside we have div with a card header and text to center and bg white. So let's see what we have inside the header. So inside the header we need an h3 with a margin top of 2, and here we need add a new QR code. So save, let's take a look. So let's refresh. So as you can see, we have add the new QR code. Okay. So let's move to the next. So next we have the body. So we have a div with a card body. And inside this div, let's add the row. And inside this row, let's add a div with call md10. So here md. And we need mx auto. And what else? Inside we have the form. Okay, so let's add the form. And the form will take us to the route, which is QR code or QR codes.store. So the method will be post, and inside we need first the token, and next we have label, and let's add here a label, or let's do something. So if you are using VS Code, so there is a package or an extension called Bootstrap 5 snippets, this one quick snippets. So we can use it to generate the field. So only use BS5 and dash, and here what you need. So you need text area. So let's add here. So for the label, let's add. So for the label, let's add content, which is the content of the QR code. And what else we need? So here we have the text area. So let's give it a name. So the name will be contents, and ID also contents. Or let's do something. Let's move everything down to be clear for you. So same thing here and here and here. So we have 3 rows. And what else we need? So let's give it also a placeholder. And placeholder, let's give it also a constant. And we need also to check for the validation errors. So if we have here an error, so let's remove this space from here. And for the validation error, so we need to check if we have the content. So if we have the content, so we'll add a class which is invalid, okay, to this text area or to the input field. Also, we need to display, but before we display the validation error, let's also display all the values. So you can use all the to display all the value which is the content. And finally, we need to display also the validation error using the error here. And if we have the content, we can display the error using div with a class invalid feedback. And we can use strong here, so, or strong tag, so we can display the message here, okay. So save, let's take a look and see what we have here. So if we refresh, so we have here our inputs, but I think the placeholder is not working. Why the placeholder is not working? So placeholder. So I think it's correctly done. So why it's not? So let's refresh. So the placeholder is not showing here, or we can remove it if it's not. Okay, we can remove it. So let's remove the placeholder. So since we are using already, we have the label. So here, the old value of the field, which is the content. Okay. So I think I made a mistake when I have added placeholder. Let's add it again. So placeholder, let's add here content. So I think that something was wrong. So let's try again. So now it's placeholder content. So let's refresh again. So now it's working. So I think that I made something wrong that I did not notice. Okay, so now we have the field. So we need the button. So let's add the button. And the button here, let's give it better N SM and better N dark for the classes. And inside, let's add submit and also the type here needs to be submit. So save. Let's refresh the page and see what we have. So we have our button. So if we submit an empty form, so we have here our validation error, which is the content field is required. So let's try to create a new QR code. So submit. So we need to be redirected to the index page. And we have here an error telling us that's the foreign key, which is the user ID. So we have, so we don't have user ID with the ID 1. So this is the problem, because here we are setting the user ID to be 1. Okay, so we can create, let's do something. So let's create a new user. So for now, so let's create a new user called create method. Let's see the fields that we have. So what is, so not here. So what is the problem here? So not inside the request, but inside the users table. So here let's check. So we have named email, the password, so the number of QR codes is already 5, and Stripe ID is nullable. So we need only named email and password. Okay. So let's use first, or let's add here name. So name, we can use any name, Alex, And what else we need? We need email. So the email we can use alexemail.com, and we need the password. So the password we can use the hash class, so we can hash the password, and we can use only password. So once the user is created, so we can use it here, user ID, okay, instead of giving it one. So let's import the user model and also the hash, which is the class that will hash the password. So we can import them from eliminate support facades hash and user from the user or from the models. So save. Let's do that again. So let's send again and see what will happen. So the QR code has been added successfully, so we are redirected to the index page, but we have a problem here, which is the compact must be string or array of strings. So we will fix this problem later. So for now, let's check if QR code has been created for us and stored inside public folder. So as you can see, we have here public and we have the QR code, and we have the ID, which is one dot, so this one like we have done here. So we have the QR codes, which is the folder. We have the QR code ID, which is, as you can see here, 1 point or 1 not point 1 dot png, which is the extension, and it's stored inside the public folder. Okay, and here we are redirecting, or we are returning, not redirecting, we are returning the QR code path, which is this path. Okay, so now we have stored QR code successfully. So what we need to do now, we need to display the QR codes, and for now, as we have seen, we have this problem here, so we need to fix it to display the QR codes added by the user. Okay,